Hello everyone, it is your boy J-Senpai to the X Lolly 4. That means I have 4 anime lollies to bang. Absolutely piss off Tita with your mean comments. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the JSX4 series. Now, we haven't done this in a week, unfortunately, mainly because I was trying to figure out how to do this story. When it comes to this story, honestly, again, the amount of views that it gets is absolutely insane, and it just goes to show that you guys really do like this story, so of course I'm going to continue to deliver. Now don't worry, again, just because this video took a minute does not necessarily mean I'm done with the story or, you know, I'm getting bored or anything. I was just literally trying to figure out how to get the story to go, and obviously, as you guys know about the IRL current nonsense that is haunting me to this day, probably to my damn deathbed. But you know, I have to keep continuing, trying to keep fighting on, trying to find a reason to keep moving and do what I can with that. Also, I'm going to shout out all my Patreons, honestly, because without them we wouldn't have gotten somewhere. I don't know if she's on this list, but Cunny Bunny is good too. They helped donate it. Also, there is going to be a gender bent, well, I wouldn't say gender bent, but definitely an alternate universe version of me that is a female coming soon. One of my top paying Patreons is asking for it, so definitely you will see a alternate universe version of me very soon. Hopefully I can fix it up and hopefully it'll look really damn good. Most likely she will be a Patreon exclusive with anything related to her besides a model review, but that's about it. So definitely when it comes down to it, I'm going to be focusing a lot on Patreon, and definitely, hopefully, a lot of you guys can continue forward. Yes, there is some money that's finally rolling in now, but that's not honestly enough. Again, for the people that probably have not watched the video, I would necessarily need $500 a month to pay off all of this stupid ass bills. So definitely, that's where that's gonna have to, you know, come in. So if you do have anything that you can afford to, you know, voluntarily give away, that would be really helpful, and I'll be so thankful for all of that, honestly. And again, don't worry, there's gonna be plenty of things on Patreon to try to figure out. Possibly might be making a fan box just in case Patreon screws me over, but we'll see. Also, this episode of the Quick Answer Story is definitely going to have an uncensored version. So if you're watching this on Patreon, congratulations! You're watching the uncensored version. Hope you like to see Monica's titties. I want to suck on them. But if you're watching this on YouTube, then, you know, you got to go to Patreon, which any level of tier, you'll be able to watch it uncensored. So let's continue on forward with the story that is currently happening with episode 7. So basically, I'm just like, that's basically it. And essentially, Monica is just like, but big brother, Oni-chan, is this really a good idea? They'll do something for sure. And I'm just obviously like, I know, but I'll just have to improvise. And you're probably wondering, okay, first of all, well, you kind of spoiled it, but why the hell is Monica here? Definitely, okay, can I be completely honest with y'all? I honestly am horrified at what Monica has pulled, but I low-key want Monica as my little sister. Can we be completely honest? Yes, we're not blood related, but damn, can I have Monica as my little sister? That would be kind of cool, honestly. Plus, you never know what the hell might happen with Monica, considering that she has been a bad guy before, then turned into a NEET. You just know how Monica can possibly be. So I honestly want her as my little sister because, you know, I kind of like Monica's character. I kind of do. Also, in this universe, this is more so the Monica that kind of left the spirit behind, and more so just wanted to be around me just because I was, you know, dealing with Junko a lot, you know, even though we're not really, you know, obviously we're not dealing with Junko now, but, you know, since I have, she wouldn't mind hanging around me, and so she took on the role of being my little sister just because she just wanted to. So, and she hasn't done anything against me yet, so, you know, might as well enjoy it, I suppose. Anyway, when I finish saying that to Monica though, that's when Mukuro comes in and thinks she owns the place. And here comes Mukuro being like, Jay, I have something for you. And I'm just like, if it's militia vagina, not now. Like, no, I don't care how good you can throw it back, that is not happening. And so Mukuro is like, not that. And Monica asks, what do you want? And Mukuro puts a cup of water on the table. Ah, that black ass mug of water. Black History Month, let's go. that black ass mug of water. Honestly, Mukuro just puts it on the table and she's just like, just wanted to see what you were up to. Care for a drink? And Monica, just already knowing that this is some shady type of shit, she's just like, you think Big Brother will drink whatever you give him? Please, he's not that stupid. He's the student council president. And you know, Monica hyping me up like a good supportive little sister is supposed to. But Mukuro says one of the magical words that will pretty much get me to do anything. And she is like, but there's Kaneko's juices in this water. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm just like draining it down. At that point, that's it. That's all you need to say. Kaneko's juices in there? 100%, that's it's time. It is time to go ahead and consume the juices of my lady. That's pretty much how I feel. And I'm just like, damn, that's good at that point. And Mukuro just like, I know you would love it. And so Monica just like, Big Brother, why did you drink it? You know, this is something that Junko and Mukuro would. And before she even finished that sentence, I looked at her, glaring at her like, I know already. I know this is what's happening. Considering the fact that, you know, putting this in front of me is already just, you know, weird already. Coming through with a cup of water, not even one for yourself, but just bringing me only a cup of water. Definitely, obviously, I already know something ain't properly right here. Anyway, I'm just like, what the fuck? What is that aftertaste? And Mukuro just goes on to say, this is the despair-inducing drink known as at McDonald's Sprite. What? Are you serious? At McDonald's Sprite is despair-inducing? Well, then again, have you tasted the McDonald's Sprite? That junk is actually acid. After I drink that McDonald's Sprite and it's consumed, the despair me kicks back in, and Mukuro is just like, seems like that work. And so my despair me is like, and despair me is just like, who the hell is you? Are we effing or what? And then it gets even worse because my head starts to hurt even while in the despair mode. And I'm just like, what is happening here? And so Mukuro is just like, huh? Seems it's a bit stronger than she thought it was. And so Monica's obviously still worrying about me, asking if I'm alright. And I'm just looking at her at this point in my despair mode and just rips off Monica's clothes. Yes, because I had to. Yeah, absolutely. It was one thing that was happening. Someone's getting naked in this damn episode. Someone was getting naked. Anyway, no matter if you're a lolly or not, you getting your ass. Someone's getting naked today, 100%. Monica is just freaking out because obviously her clothes is ripped, and so she's like, "Big Brother, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Shut up already!" And pretty much everything about this situation is just going wrong, and the despair me lets out a massive roar, and despair encases the entire room, just like before. Remember? And Mukuro's like, "This is way more than what I expected. Too much." Way too much. I do need to leave to tell Junko this though. And so basically Mukuro dips and leaves. Once Mukuro leaves, Koneko, Chiaki, and Lumine comes in. And they just don't know what's going on, but they already just seen something is not right. And so obviously Koneko's pleading for me to just calm down and stop. And Chiaki even is like recognizing this feeling automatically. And so Monica is explaining to the girls that this despair is way too much. And even Lumine is trying to get to me too, but she's just like, I can't even move. Everyone was pretty much stuck, and his roar kept going until someone tugged on his jacket. And it was a very mysterious girl. Ooh, I'm a ghost. Jay starts to calm down, you know, finally the despair starts to leave. And then Lumine is like, it's gone? And Chiaki's like, yeah, but why did it stop? And Koneko just goes in like, more importantly, who are you? After Jay's despair outbreak, Chiaki and Koneko sat down with the new girl and tried to figure out who the hell is she. And Koneko was just like, now that Jay is back to normal, let me introduce myself. I'm Koneko Tocho, and this is Chiaki Nanami. What's your name? And she just says nothing. That's just how she is. And so obviously Koneko is just thinking to herself, quiet, just like Jay said, but if she doesn't open up to us, we won't make any progress. Somehow she is from a dream, so... But still, how is that even possible? How could someone that comes from a dream just pop up here? That doesn't make any type of sense even by Jay's own standards. And Koneko just says aloud to the new girl and be like, you don't have to feel pressured. We're just interested to know you. And Chiaki even trying to make some headway with this. And she's being like, opening up to new friends is tough, but you don't need to worry. Please take as much time as you need. And after a moment, the girl quietly says, Blue. And Chiaki's just like, Blue? That's a really cute name. And Koneko just like suits her. Damn, that sounds kind of racist. I ain't gonna lie, Koneko. What the hell? Anyway, Chiaki's just like, it's nice to meet you, Blue. I hope we can become good friends. And obviously, Blue is not, understanding anything about what's going on here. She's looking hella confused, if I'm being honest. And she doesn't look like she trusts Chiaki or Koneko right now. So that's also a thing. Outside the student council room, Jay and Monica were discussing what happened when he was in the sphere. And Monica pretty much goes on to be like, the room went black and white and then she appeared. My question is, how did she get here from a dream? She just popped up from thin air. And I'm just like, so that's basically what happened? And then Monica also adds in to say, to be pretty much honest with you, there's also another thing as well. Like, the sphere felt so demanding, but it seemed like it didn't really do anything but bring her here. And then all of a sudden Monica just started getting horny, and you're just like, wait, whoa, what? Why is she just getting horny out of nowhere? And so I'm just like, Monica, why are you looking at me like that? And Monica was just like, when you ripped off my clothes in that state makes me want to be one with you, big brother. I'm like, oh, don't know about that one, Chief. You are my, not blood related sister, but I mean, we can still do it. But still, not now, Monica. Like, let's calm down first. And so mentally, I'm also thinking, is this part of the despair too? Wait. This is like what happened with Saratome. But while they was having their conversation and Jay was thinking all this stuff, Junko was just watching in the background and just not liking the scene, honestly. And so, going to our Act 3 of this story now, Junko is in the gym storehouse with Mukuro, and all she is doing is just kicking Mukuro in the head. And essentially, Junko is just explaining how she just feels at this point. She's just like, that brat has done something. You should have been pregnant by now. Of course, you would F it up. I will find out what he did, and I'll show him real despair. And she's constantly kicking Mukuro in the head again and again and again and again. It's ridiculous. Damn Junko, like, calm down. We get it. You're an angry thought. You don't need to stomp out your own sister like that, like it's stomped the yard. You don't need to. Anyway, Junko is like, you better not die on me. And so at this point, you can see Mukuro getting kinda pissed, getting a little annoyed about this entire thing. And so Mukuro's just like, no, I won't. And so Junko kept kicking Mukuro in the head again and again and again. She was at this for a while, and then the more time passes, it just got harder and harder. The kicks kept coming and coming, really. And, at this point, Mukuro might get her ass knocked the hell out, honestly. Wouldn't be surprised if she's bleeding at this point. Who knows? Again, it just goes to play off the abusive relationship that Junko and Mukuro has. More so, Mukuro taking in the punishment and Junko just dishing it out because she feels like it. And that's just how that relationship, unfortunately, kinda is. But that is the story for so far now. So, point is, the despair is a very weird entity. We also get to see Blue finally make her introduction into the story. And also, one other question now I'm kind of curious about when it comes to you guys. Do you want to see more original characters, or do you want to see actual, characters that we already know? Like, do you want to see me just create a bunch of original characters for the story, or do you want me to make more, or do you want me just to use more characters that already exist? Let me know in the comments below of this video. But anyway, that's pretty much all I want to talk about for this one, so hopefully you did enjoy the story this time around. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification rayouts. Also follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and let's donate to channel, Patreon, and Ko-Fi as available as well. And until then, this is your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.